My son turned 1 year old today, and he just walked his first steps. And so this video is going to be me talking a little bit of just off the cuff from the heart. But this message is for the guys that aren't sure if they want to have kids. This message is for guys that have kids and they want to be there for them. Because a few years ago, I didn't want kids, and now a lot of the guys that I work with in my company are fathers. They are husbands. They are, nerdy guys that want to get out and they want to date and they want to have a family, but maybe there's the fear and really what goes on a lot of times with social media that it's not worth it. And I'll give you a quick too long didn't read. It's totally worth it. And a lot of it is just fear. But I mean, my biggest fear, if I'm going to be honest, I was walking him on the stroller today and I just looked at him. We had this little Tony, little box playing Lion King, and it had the scene where they basically read the story and they play the Lion King songs. And there's that scene with, Mufasa and Simba. And anyway, he's like, Dad, wake up. And I'm just like, man, my biggest fear is letting this guy down. My biggest fear is not being there to protect him. My biggest fear is just missing out on moments and not being the dad that I had, not being the dad that I believe that he deserves. And I think when I look back at the fear that I had around being a dad, like initially I was pretty indifferent. I didn't really want kids in my 20s. My wife was like, "Hey, I want to have kids." I was like, "Sure, if you want to, like big deal." And we got pregnant, and I still was kind of like, "Yeah, I don't really feel anything." It wasn't until I knew uh gender, that it was a boy. I was like, "Oh man, now I can see what's going on." And I've got a buddy um who's still struggling with feeling connected with his son after the son is born. I've got other friends who they love their kid the moment they know that their wife's pregnant. And so everyone's got this different journey. But I think the big thing that I would just, for anyone who's not certain if they want kids, you hear that it's the biggest blessing, it's the hardest thing ever. And if, isn't that the truth? The hardest things in life are the most rewarding, right? Think about the degree that you got, or the job that you got, or this, really big project that you finished, or anything that you've accomplished in your life. It had a lot of suck. It had a lot of diapers. It had a lot of, running in the dark, in the rain, doing things that you didn't want to do. But by the time you got to the end of it, you're like, man, I'm really glad that I did that. And when I talk about being fit for the Republic, right? My company is fit for the Republic. The rally cry is being fit for the Republic. For me, that's just being mentally and physically fit and prepared to have the biggest impact, to lead and set an example for that little guy that was just walking. And I heard him running around upstairs, or just bouncing around. Didn't even know what he was doing, but I just sprinted up the stairs like, what's going on? Like, why is this guy such a spaz? And it's just little moments like that that, I worry, not worry, but it's just part of my motivation. Because again, so many people say I'm not motivated. And it's something that I see a lot of stressed out, busy dads, people that are just have a lot going on. They're like, I'm not motivated. And then I'll talk to them. And I've had hundreds, if not thousands, of these conversations. And it's like, you're clearly motivated. You want to look in the mirror and be proud. You want to have more energy. You want to be able to go on a hike. You want to be able to go and explore and have moments where you can be present in your body. But the biggest thing that holds people back is just fear, right? It's fear of failure. It's fear of judgment. It's the uncertainty of, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the best path forward is. And the thing that I would just say with that is get really connected with the opposite side of that emotion. And I always, use Star Wars analogies. Fear is the path of the dark side. If you're going to use the emotion of the light side, it's love. And the love that I have for that little dude far outweighs and exceeds any fear that I have. And anytime I notice that I do have fear, I've actually got his name. His name's Rafe. I don't know if you can see it, but backwards Rafe is fear. And this isn't something that we planned, but I just think that, like, man, the love for this little guy is really what I need to have the courage when I don't want to show up for clients, when I don't want to film a video like this, when I don't want to get up out of bed, when I don't want to work out, when I don't want to eat healthy. It's just, why am I doing this? It's for the Republic. It's for my wife. It's for my kids. It's for my clients. It's for the people that look up to me and the people that I get to inspire every day on social media. And you watching this right now, like you have your republic. Maybe you're in the military, maybe you're a service member or first responder, maybe you're someone that has a big role and people look up to you. Maybe you're someone that has no kids and no one looks up to you. That's amazing. That means you have so much opportunity to go and grow and tell a story and go on a journey that inspires other people that started where you're starting at. Because I was there 26 years old, 27 years old. I was like, man, I just want to play video games. I don't want any stress. I don't want any challenges in life. I don't want kids. That sounds like hard work. That sucks. I'd much rather just party, wake up, and play video games and not have to do anything on the weekends. And like, would I love to play some video games a little bit more? Yeah, totally. But I can guarantee you, I'm gonna love so much more having these moments with this guy. And when I'm 80 years old and I'm able to, take a step back. We were just watching the home run derby, and the Cal Raleigh won. His dad was throwing to him. His brother was catching. And I was like, man, you tell me that's not worth a few diapers, a few tired nights? And, in order to get to that point, you got to do some workouts. You got to eat healthy. You got to prioritize your health. But when you prioritize your health, you set yourself up to be able to be there for those moments. For me to go and sprint up and catch his first steps, which is just like, I'm still shocked that it happened on his, 1-year-old birthday. But man, just really the message for anyone, if you're still with me on this, is just fear is the thing that's holding you back. And just take some time, think, sit with it. What is the biggest thing that you're afraid of? And then go and turn your focus to the things that you care most about and be like, are those things not worth overcoming that fear? And I can guarantee you they are worth it. Right? Like, so many people be like, I'm not motivated. I'm like, look at that thing on the couch, that little boy running around. Like, you telling me that's not motivating? Right? And obviously there's nuance and there's other contributing factors, but at the end of the day, just step into your fear, because on the other side of that fear is love. When Darth Vader, turned back to Anakin Skywalker, he had all the fear, all the dark side, but it was his love for his son that turned him. And so hope you guys get to experience this. If you have experienced it, hopefully this resonates. And if so, keep following along, because, I love sharing my journey and what I'm doing with my clients and myself on this channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.